Hello, this is a presentation on InVision and its various features that can be handy when presenting our work to our clients. First of all, I would advise and suggest you to go through some general settings on the InVision application. There aren't many options and it's easy to check, easy to go through, and it takes maybe a few minutes of your time. We have a couple of links or tabs here: projects, activity, where we can see what actually was happening, if we are interested, who saw what, who updated, who changed something. Activity is pretty handy feature. People, we have various people linked here to different projects. Learning is just taking us to InVision's link to learn their software, not only this InVision presentation but various software that they are producing. And DSM is the similar thing. Let's open it here, but you can also open it on your own. It's just one of their new applications that they are now providing and marketing. So back to projects. Let's take one of the projects and its wireframes, for example. And let's open one of the main pages first. There is this setting or configuration part here. Of course, we can again suggest to check all of these links here, but for us currently it's important configuration. And in the configuration we have two options which are important. One of those is background and the other is zoom and behavior on scrolling. Let's check what background does. If we go to some other screenshot, and let's take this small one for a responsive presentation, you can see that it's very narrow and we have some dark background. Now sometimes, and we can change this background color, sometimes it works for us to change this background color. Sometimes it can be rather white if the background of the website is actually dark. So configuration, setting the background color. Let's say if we want to change it to white, see, that would be a problem. It can be black, it can be any other color. We can enter the here hexadecimal code. This is, I think, just the default dark gray. And we can also check apply to all current and future screens, which is very handy, so we don't have to do it page by page. The other thing that is very handy is this zoom scroll behavior. We won't see on this small screen what's going on, but if we open, for example, something larger, and if you open it in, this is full HD screen size, of course everything looks well because that's what this wireframe was made for. Still, many of our clients are actually not having full HD screens, and what they see on their screens, for example, if it's something smaller, it's cutting our design. And in many cases it can happen that clients open our InVision preview and don't actually see what we are trying to present. So what is the solution in this case? We should actually go to configuration, set our behavior to scale down with browser width, and save it to save our changes. And now when we open it, what happens actually in the responsive, no matter what the screen size is, it always fills the space. So background color and behavior of the InVision for different screen sizes is very handy and important in order to present our work to the clients. Of course, you can check the other options which are here in the configuration, but this is basically most important. The other part of the presentation is what can we actually do with the files. So this website and its designer may be handy to check a couple of more options. We usually are presenting things in preview mode. We have comment mode for leaving the comments, but we also have the build mode. The build mode is actually providing us with options to link various parts of our designs together. Very handy tool is to actually set the links from our header. We can also do the same thing from our footer. It's not done here on this website, but it can also be done here in the footer or anywhere else on the page. We can link things together. Let's say that this link has to go, this button has to go somewhere else on this page. We can just mark it and choose what to do. Let's say on a click or on a hover, we can send it to some other page. Let's say that since it's get in touch with our experts, let's link it to the team page. On a click, save it and see what it does. Okay, it very much mimics a real browser behavior because it's changing even the cursor on our mouse. So once we click it, here we are, it goes to the team page. So we can, for example, use our header, link all the pages together, link various buttons or links in the text together, and we can actually from a mockup create prototype which will show how the pages, links, buttons and actions are working together. One of the things, just like a small handy tool, is instead of working on a click, we can make something to work on a mouse over. What I did here with this here is actually, I will now go to the build mode to show what was done here. We have some area which works on hover instead of on a click, and it opens different design. Basic pages theme, which is this screen. Then we have theme over, which is actually designed with only this mouse over effect on this image. And then again we have a theme pop-up, which is separate page, separate design that shows only a pop-up for this guy. So how does it work on this page? How does it work in presentation? We can say, okay, this is a list of team members. We have mouse over, and then even if clicked, it opens a pop-up. You can show design on a pop-up, and then even here on a pop-up, we can set real closing button. We can mark it here, and we can say what it does. On a click, it goes to team page. That's it. So when we click that close button here, it takes us back actually to the team page where we were. So this is something which is very helpful and useful to create links that are tied together, to create prototype look and feel in our InVision preview. There is one more small detail which can also be, or two more details, sorry, which can also be handy. One of those is actually that we don't have to link in the header, we don't have to go through every single page and link every single link again and again and again. We can set it here in the build mode to make a template. So these green areas are just mimicking the template areas. Let's make another one. Let's create one area here. Let's say that it goes to any page, let's say about us, and we can include hotspot in a template. Let's say that this template is called header. Save, and now we have these green links or areas are actually part of the template, which can be template for header, template for footer, template for any part of the page. If you then go to some other page, let's say not to theme, but maybe to home page, one of the versions of the home page, build mode, and we can, we already have here header applied. This is actually the page that it's applied, but we cannot let it on. Again, let's use some other page to show you how it works. Maybe on the about us. Let's check if it works here. Build mode. You see none of the hotspot templates applied. We can apply header. And here on the top of the page, where all those links are, here it is. Actually, it's also added here. So advise just to check templates. We can create multiple templates for header, for footer, for anything. We can link there is no limit, unlimited number of pages which can link through the templates. And the last thing that I would like to show here is fixed header and fixed footer option. If you scroll on this page, you will notice that header stays on its position, like it's fixed header. We can do same things for header and footer. Again, how does it work? Build mode, and let me try to, this small widget doesn't move. Fixed header or not. We can check fixed header and just move this bar where we want to mark exactly where our header ends. Once we set it when we want, again we go to preview mode, and that's it. Again, we can do the same for the footer if for any reason our design has fixed footer. Last thing on my mind, maybe you will find it helpful, is linking not through different pages, but linking through different parts of the same page. We have on this button get in touch with our experts on this design for this website. It should get us to the bottom of the page. Now we were playing with it, so we change it, but now I will fix it to make how it should work. So we have this area here. We want to do following thing. On a click, we should link to another point of this screen. We don't want to link to any other page here or external URL or next screen in series. You can always check all these options, just see how they work. Basically, this is the list of our pages at the end. So we don't want to list on any page or URL. We want to point on this screen. Check it. Smooth scrolling transition so that actually it goes through the page smoothly, and then set anchor position. So again, we are in position to set where we want that link to lead or to stay, and I want it to be the link to start investing today section. Let's put it somewhere like this, just to have a bit of white space. Save it, preview mode, and now in reality, when we click get in touch with our experts, page is slowly sliding to the bottom, exactly to the position where we placed it in the settings. So that's basically all. Small review. We can always go then to check basic options of InVision projects. On a separate project, we can always check what's going on with configuration and other options here in the bottom right corner. Then we can link sections of our pages. We can link section of the same page with smooth scrolling. We can set the templates for header, for footer, and we can make sticky header or sticky footer. That's basically all, and you're free to always check new InVision features.